Yeah. So still waiting for Mayan to reconnect, but again, it's I mean, it's been good so far from MIBR. Dust 2 was really good. But do they have anything left in the tank for Mirage? This is their pick. They're on a CT side. They've got the sniper angles. Safer window, because you're often going to get choked off window.
Yeah.
Smoked off and choked off.
Yeah, but it's I like what I'm seeing from MIBR compared to the beginning of the tournament. But on the other side, I think Gen.G has really solidified their T-side structure a little bit. They have looked a lot sharper. I feel like Daps was really kind of just taking a backseat to whatever his players wanted to do a lot of the time, but now he's really solidified himself as a leader. And he's beginning to show that he is, in fact, one of the better IGLs at Flashpoint.
Just want to note that the Observer touched the wall there, so he lost the game. Fallen stuck in the underpass. Oh, he's missed a shot. He wants to go for another one. The Molotov is there. And now he is trapped. But does Bentet really want to go for that peek? You know Fallen's down there. I'm not peeking it. But he must be eliminated one way or another. And maybe this makes MIBR take some risks elsewhere to try and save Fallen from his position. Just got to be careful. Sometimes you've got to stack the player. But there we go. Fallen he's going to take out automatic in mid. In the meantime, Gen.G is pushing, so I do feel like they're trying to, it's like Operation Save Fallen, and it worked out for them. Som's taken out towards A in the meantime, first shutting things down. So maybe your bet would work out.
Oh, Kusa just walked through, I think, the cat smoke. Taco, though, might be aware of this. He's going to swing on him nicely.
Oh! How much is it good for, though? Well, maybe something, because Daps can head towards the B bomb site with the bomb, but he's lagging behind Bentet, who's much deeper. There's no one to peek mid, though, save for Mayan shooting through the smoke from the A bomb site. Nervous stuff for Daps, who has the AWP, moving towards chair. It seems on the radar. Maybe he's just below it. Oh, yeah, he is below it. Well, I mean, things are just going to get even more scary now. He's left Bentet to try and fight the B bomb site alone. Oh, he's using it as a fake. This is such high risk, but sometimes you've got to take him. Does he? Oh, go in the window. Oh, that would have been so interesting. But no, he's going to get taken out now. Daps, does he go for a T-spawn rotation? Or something wild?
Daps. Oh! Oh, almost got beat. Oh, Mayan taking matters into his own hands there. Didn't really even wait for his teammates, just thought he saw a timing, and he did. He takes down Daps, so MIBR are going to finally win a gun round on this side. And yeah, my parlay is now holding up. I just need Gen.G to win to have
make the cash.
Yeah. Let's see how it works out.
That was super awkward for MIBR in mid, and still they came out on top. Bentet waiting maybe for a peek from the underpass, which never came. The push from Gen.G instead. That was a wild round from MIBR, but we need to see a CT round one, which they can replicate.
Yeah. It has been pretty tough for them so far, and Gen.G, it looks like they're just going to go with a set play here. They've maybe noticed a weakness in this B defense. They're going to be challenging Taco and Gen.G, who are actually setting up very aggressively.
Oh, Taco's got a creep, though. And look what it's going to do. He takes out two of them, falls to the flames. He kept it a 3-on-3. Grenades towards default. Automatic in no man's land. No one's trying to frag. They can try it from the balcony. Fer wasn't sure where he was getting shot from, but he's still alive. MIBR streaming in. Bentet taken out. Bomb in the apartments. Daps now on Cat. He needs to find two. Around the smoke. All inviting variants. Sees the shadow. That was getting scary for a second. Mayan and Fallen in similar spots. Mayan starts to go wide. That was a 1 versus 1. The smoke goes and Fallen trades. MIBR hold on. They get that second round. They lose almost everyone, though. Very expensive.
Yeah, a nice set piece from Gen.G was able to get it to a 3-on-3 on the bomb site, and a rare overpeak from Automatic. Usually he's going to tend to be on the more passive side in those kind of post-plant situations, but he really wanted to get another advantage for his team, and he got caught off guard by that market entrance push. And now MIBR, they finally might have a chance to stabilize their money a little bit. If they're able to keep, 4 or 5 players alive in this round, it's going to be massive for their chances to close this game out.
Inferno to P250 in the hands of Som. Creeping outside a connector. He's got plenty of teammates in tow. Everyone, actually. All the family. They're all here. Bentet on Cat with the Desert Eagle. All Fallen, though. This is... I'm sure he thoroughly enjoys scenarios like this.
Yeah, it's just the most fun thing as an opper where you feel like there's a very low risk of your peaks and you can just keep taking those fights. And Fur, he also senses a low-risk situation, it seems like, hunting down Daps here. And they should know exactly where he is at this point. Yep. Mayern, though, to find the kill. And MIBR, yep, they do just that. They stabilize. They keep all 5 players alive, so...
That's a perfectly timed run for them after losing 4 in the round prior, especially this late on in the game. I wonder how those Pinnacle odds will change now.
Yeah, I bet they look pretty good for MIBR. That was a very clean round, and the round before it, even though it looked pretty tough, they still found a way to win.
Yeah, Taka with that heavy output with the Krieg. That's an example. Oh my god. Wow. Well, that's a bit crazy, guys. He just lost the plot now.
Oh, man. All right, so Kusta, though, gonna find the opening pick. Wanted revenge on Mayern there, where he lost the duel previously, but he was able to find it. So finally an advantage for Gen.G. Just how will they convert? Only Daps probably knows.
Nervous. I thought this would happen. Fur tried to throw his smoke into the molly, but it covered the other pass instead, and I thought they'd try and peek behind it and use it as cover, and then they'd probably lose the round from that. And that's more or less what's happening. Can't blame them for trying, though, but you just kind of see it in your mind's eye sometimes. KNG needs a multi, doesn't quite get there.
So close. Sam on 6 HP, but now Taco, he knows he has to save in this one. Thankfully for MIBR, they were able to build some money. So the only player that's going to be hurting for cash seems to be Fur. The rest of them have a decent enough bank that they will be able to have a comfy buy into the next round.
How does this round play out if first smoke hits that molly and they just smoke bottom connector? I wonder.
Yeah, it would have slowed things down. Sam probably couldn't have found that entry onto the connector player. And Fur, he was in such a bad position. We saw him kind of panic spraying down connector at one point in this round. And if that smoke were there, there's no reason for him to panic.
Yeah.
Could have centered with his teammate, maybe found an A push or something and got some control for his team.
Sometimes you see a smoke out connector where players will lurk, CTs will lurk behind it to look underpass for some cover without the players upper seeing and so on. So I expected them to try and peek with that. But the T's know that the smoke is missed as well. And again, that was colossal damage to MIBR. And to a risk taken at this point in the round. Again, if one of these teams loses the next round, that might be it.
Yeah, this is probably the most pivotal round of the game. Whoever wins this, and if they do it in strong fashion, they might just be able to run away with the game. So this is going to be a real test of the nerves.
Fallen focuses on connector, but there are 4 players towards A. This time the smoke lands in the right spot. 3 smokes up from Gen.G and Cat. Maybe maybe to suggest a potential split of the B bomb site to pull him out of position. There are support grenades for Mayern, I think, but he will only take 1 out. He's got information though. First sees the bomb. That's all the information they need.
First stuck behind triple right now. Good nade to do a lot of damage to Bentet, but he still gets taken out. Kusta, the double Khalil entry there, and Daps lurking towards middle, is able to take down KNG, just leaving Taco. He saved last round, but it doesn't look like he's going to do that this time around.
1 versus 3. Again, they've got no money left armor-wise, and there is a trade from Kusta. And I do wonder what might have happened if that smoke landed on that Molotov in connector. I feel like that was that really caused them a lot of issues. Now their money's disappeared. Kusta with the 2K from Palace. Often find players picking a lot later there, caught them completely off guard. And now MIBR are in so much trouble late on. Probably going to have to play against game point and play for overtime now because they broke.
Yeah, they're not even going to buy a single... Oh, no, just 1 flash from Fur. Probably to set up a mid-peak. And, oh, this might catch Gen.G off. They're in some pretty poor positions.
Here we go. Swing from both sides, but they're behind the boxes. Falling with the P2000 spam, but a kill feed is all victims for MIBR. Fur with the USP. Not much to be done here. $3,000 in the bank. We'll see what he chooses to buy, maybe drop in the next round.
Yeah, if that flash came out just maybe a second earlier, something could have happened, but no, Fur had to wait for his cat players to swing off as well, so. Good stuff from Gen.G. They keep all their players alive, so they're going to have money for the last 2 rounds of this game, if they do in fact lose this one. But MIBR, their backs are against the wall, and man, if this were a few years ago, I'd say they're still in it completely, but with no ops, no Kriegs,
Fur had 4,800 after buying Kevlar, and there was a delay. You could see there was a discussion. Is it, do we buy utility or do we buy the AWP? Fur with no nades would be that would be quite a problem. So he's opted for the M4 and full util over the AWP for one of his teammates.
Yeah.
Let's start with 4 in the A bomb side. They've made the right play in that respect, but can Daps run enough distraction? Oh, Mayan, he could punish the A with smokes there. He's no, he's jumped, but his teammates in to help him. Does he go forward as well? He sees 2, but doesn't get the trade frag.
Oh my mouse wheel glitch, or what was it? Mayer couldn't find the kill there, and now Fur, he has so much to do from this position. If he falls, this is going to be all Gen.G's bomb site, and he's able to take down Tim.
Yeah, they saw Kusta buy the 5 boxes earlier on, and they take him unanswered frags from MIBR. So important for them. A smoke to create some spaces. They make a play towards Ben. That now is closed, but will there be a trade frag from the Flames? No, still alive, but Bentet, 11 HP. Look at the swing from the CTs. He's in a lot of trouble. The grenades are flying in, and MIBR will hold on to that round after a short-term disaster on the ramp. They'll still win and make it to 14 at the very least.
Man, that looked like it was completely in Gen.G's control, but some heroics from Fur and K&G at that top connector position keep them in this game, and they were able to keep 3 people alive. That is so important, because if they had one more death there, probably going to see an MP9 for one of the MIBR players.
Instead, they've got 3 Kriegs. Tucker's got 1 for the B bomb site, which is always good. You can see he's playing solo once again. MIBR with a 4-man investment towards A. More traditional D bomb from Gen.G. Bomb left in a rotatable position. Bentet is going to peek out, and he's spotted. They're going to hunt him. They're going to hunt him, but cavalry's on the way, but it won't get there in time. Will they fall back down to CTs? They will. Kusa may try to catch him on the rotation, but again, there are players in connector as well who could have something to say about that. No smoke bottom connector just yet. Playing purely for frags here, MIBR, with their 2-man setup in connector. Taps continues to creep. First going to be the fake with the off angle, but K&G peaks at the right time, and there's still no response from Gen.G.
Yeah, Marin, though, he's going to be challenged by a couple players at ramp. He's able to take down, to tuck into shadow. He actually uses his smoke to get to default.
He heard the AWP as well, so they know someone's creeping there.
Yeah, and now MIBR, they're just picking him apart. Just automatic left at ramp in a 1v4 situation. Looks like we're going to be going to OT here. What a way to finish. What a recovery from MIBR in those last 2 rounds. That was impressive.
That was indeed. Quick break before we start overtime. We'll see you back here in just a few. on the CT side. Some great efforts towards A. Gen.G makes his way towards connector. Further little spray. This time Daps makes his way up cat. Now, we've seen these smokes before to suggest a B split, and I don't know that Gen.G have ever gone that. Well, I think twice they did, but long time ago. So this could be a surprise to have Daps in the ladder room. And again, we had MIBR with 4 players essentially towards the A-bomb site, leaving Taco alone towards B. No Krieg this time, of course. It'll be EDM 4A4.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation for Gen.G. They even started in that 4-1 setup that they've used in the last couple rounds, and Taco got lucky that he wasn't challenged when he was the sole player on B, but Gen.G, they might have a different plan for us in store.
Seems they're partly waiting for a misplay on Cat, and again, well, Taco's in such a... he's in a deep position. Waiting patient. Got grenades in both directions. 3 players move up connector with the bomb towards the A-bomb. Off angle. Look at that transfer. Wow. Just stuck halfway out, and the bomb has been lost for the time being. Automatic going for the shotgun bomb. It's been lost again. 5 versus 2 in the first round of overtime. Taco moving into ladder now. Daps has been this entire time. Starts to slip away, slink away. And he's taken out. Nothing doing for Gen.G just yet in his first round. A 2-man swing. Kusta will get exploded by Fur. Close casket funeral. First round for MIBR.
You can see that when the round slows down, MIBR have the information advantage. They seem to know what is completely possible. Taco, he just flanked Daps at the end of that round just to put the cherry on top of it all. But man, Gen.G, they had a great setup. They had players in the right position. Daps even threw a flash over connector. Fur got completely blind, but by the time Gen.G was on top, that flash had dissipated, and Fur found that sick 2K to start that round off. Now some more smokes are going to come out for Gen.G towards middle.
4-man on roads towards A for Gen.G. Finally, MIBR have stopped putting 4 on A, and the round they do that is the round Gen.G immediately go towards the A-bomb site. Such is life.
Oh, great Molotov though from MIBR. Completely halting those Gen.G players, and that's going to even counter the utility going towards bench.
Ooh. Oh! Spying the rotation time as well for MIBR, so they'll have 4 here eventually, and the first frags go their way. Looking strong now, the Brazilian squad. The bomb is in no man's land, and they're getting blasted, man. This is just not fair the way things are going. Kusta, though, he's turning it around. He's got 20 HP. He's in a 1 versus 1 on the site. Taken out, though, by falling over the smoke. And MIBR are on 17, thriving in the anarchy.
Yeah, Daps is just throwing the whole playbook at MIBR, and MIBR is stopping it in its tracks. That was great counter utility. And man, Gen.G, they just can't, they couldn't even get close to the bomb site. They all got shut down at ramp. Kusta barely got out of Palace on that round. I don't think a single player even really got around towards peeking under balcony. Not that there was any MIBR player there, but yeah, Gen.G, they're just getting completely halted.
Spots of aggression, but there's nothing behind it. Gen.G exploding top mid in response to that smoke. They've got 3 players. Got to be damn careful though. Kusta almost getting caught up, but Bentet certainly well from Taco through the kitchen, no less. Very rare you see a kill like that. That's a insane opening kill in this round. Not what Gen.G needed. KNG's been taken out in the meantime towards Cat, and there goes Fur. Maybe there's something here for Gen.G, but then again, maybe not.
Just going to be Taco and Fallen defending this B site. But Daps is a little bit wary. He's not ordering the troops just yet, waiting behind that smoke. Might see a light exec come out, a couple mollies maybe. But Taco is going to be eventually challenged along with Fallen. Taco finds the first headshot, finds another. Just going to be Daps, and Daps is able to respond.
Knows where one is. Never mind. That is a clean, brutal, fast and violent 3-0 for MIBR in the first half of overtime. It's a team effort. The scoreboard is pretty well spread for both squads, but that was a smash. MIBR came into this like a volcano. They've got 3 match points now over the likes of Gen.G, who have a lot of defending to do on their CT side. They'll start with the AAWP. Daps on the second one. On Mirage as well.
Yeah, Daps has been kind of hit or miss with most of his CT sides. So the op's going to make things just a little bit easier on that opening kill, but it does actually limit some of the setups that Gen.G can run in the mid-round and the ways that they can get information as well. But we'll see how he's able to utilize it here.
Kusta and connector. MIBR with 2 top and 2 bottom mid, with Taco creeping and Palace. Daps holding the AWP towards T-Ramp.
We're gonna
to the window.
Spotted in window? No, he pushes through the other siding and is able to get automatic down. Thankfully, Koost is able to recover the situation for Gen.G.
Third just doing third things. The bomb moving towards T ramp. MIBR positioning themselves for a split. Gen.G now needs to figure out exactly what is going on. They've got two players around the crawl space. They'll go through. Koost will make his way now. 3 HP, he'll pick up the AWP. That makes perfect sense. But now we've got Koosta and Daps, both with AWPs, both in CT spawn. That could be fun. Unless they lose the round, of course, and the fun's over.
Yeah, and there's no more smokes left for MIBR, so these ops are actually going to have a lot of potential to find those kills.
If one's taken out, surely they won't expect a second. Koost is moving away. Oh, Daps, he's got an angle towards Sandwich, and he will deliver one on top Fallen. How about that for a duel? 30 seconds, man advantage for Gen.G. That's good position though. Stereo frags for MIBR, but Koosta is still here with the AWP. And again, will they expect him after Daps was taken out? Koosta, well, I guess they will. The flashbang no less. And now it's Som in a 1 versus 3. He's got to go for it.
Yeah, Som really wondering how he's going to pull this one off. He's able to spot one towards Palace, but he isn't even able to win that duel. MIBR are able to weather the Gen.G storm, and they're able to take the series in a nail-biting second map.
That was a nice performance from MIBR. Underestimated in today's predictions, but I think most of us will be happy to be wrong because a good performance from MIBR is what we all want to see. Thoughts of the guys on the desk after the break?
Crowned in each group. For some reason, you guys, despite overwhelming evidence in 2 previous best of 3s that MIBR would in fact be better than Gen.G, decided that Gen.G would be better this time, but you were wrong again. The total map score between these 2 teams is now 6-1.
Haha.
Online.
Bring in the excuse.
It's online. All the other matches were online. You already had the evidence.
I chose to ignore the evidence.
Thank you. That's all.
And I chose to just believe in Daps. I chose to believe in Daps, and he didn't really let me down. I think a few other players on Gen.G could have been more responsible. I'm not going to say their names right now.
Ben Tentacles squirming in disappointment.
Benjamin Tentacles is his full name.
Jesus. Yeah, that was a rough one for Gen.G. I mean, I thought the opping for MIBR was great this whole series. Obviously, some really good individual performances out of the MIBR. They were clicking. They were firing on all cylinders, especially towards the end of that match. That was somewhat like the old school MIBR when it came down to like crunch time, when the map was going to be decided. They were down by 2 rounds to force overtime, and they from then on out, they just destroyed Gen.G. Not only in regulation to make it to overtime, but in the 4 rounds of overtime as well.
Yeah, I mean, MIBR showed a level of resilience that has been kind of coming out from them lately. I've been pretty impressed. In the beginning of this tournament, they had some mishaps and sometimes some miscommunications. It felt like this team wasn't on the same page, but they've really hardened up as a squad.
Nice.
Tentacle.
What about Kusta today? Because he was less of a factor in these maps. Not that he had a bad day by any means, but he was the one who was really picking up a lot of the weight on Gen.G when it came to their wins. How much did that affect them in this loss?
I wouldn't put too much of the onus on Kusta. I would probably have to look a little bit more at what just went wrong on Dust 2 and how Som and Daps just had no connection whatsoever. And to me, even though Automatic passes the scoreboard test in that he went, I think, 22 and 22, there's so many times when I see him in a position where he's actually in a good opening pick position, but he just doesn't hit the shot. And I feel like Gen.G have become too complacent with Tim just not hitting shots that he kind of should. It feels like he's not been the star opper that I probably expected him to be coming into this tournament.
That's fair. We're going to cut short our discussion, however, because we do have a Taco for an interview right now. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Congrats on your second straight first place finish here at Flashpoint.
Thank you. Pretty good for us, especially because we had a very bad start of the tournament, but I'm happy we could bounce back.
It wasn't too... You only lost 1 game. It was fine. It wasn't too bad.
It was horrendous.
It looked worse than it was, yeah. Or looked worse, yeah.
So, Taco, we saw you have a very good individual performance today. Did you guys change anything up? How were you feeling heading into these matches?
I actually changed because last week I was not feeling that well. I mean, in terms of skill-wise, I was not feeling good with myself. So I just put some more time on the game, on the deathmatch and stuff. And today I was feeling much better. And I hope I can keep it up for the next games, for the playoffs as well. I think it's gonna be really important for the team if everyone's playing good. And last week I felt like everyone was playing good, but not me. So I was just putting a lot of time this weekend and this week as well on deathmatch and watching some demos as well and learning a lot of stuff. And yeah, I'm happy that I got it.
The extra effort definitely paying off. Gentlemen, do you have any questions for Taco?
Yeah. Hey, Taco. How's it going, man?
I'm good.
That's
It's good to see you.
Happy to hear
you
that,
look
bro.
beautiful as always.
I wanted to ask about Mayern, because I think he's still one of those players that I think the CS fans and people watching still don't really know a whole lot about him. So I just kind of wanted to get your sense of when you watch him in practice and when you guys are preparing for games, what are some of the positive things that you see out of Mayern that he brings to the table as a player, as a teammate, or whatever it might be? Just anything good about Mayern?
Yes, he's a talent. It's easy to see that when you watch his screen. We used to say that his screen is beautiful to watch. His movements and his skill is really good as well. But it's really hard to join a team like ours, and especially when you are only 17 and you never played for the top level. So he had to adapt a lot, and we knew that he would need some time. And he's improving every day, and I'm happy to see that. I'm trying to help him out as well. He's helping me as well. We work really hard after practice, me and him. We have been watching some demos. He has a new new role in the team. I mean, he was not used to do that in his last team in Sharks, and now he has he also anchors sites, bomb sites with me. So we have always me anchoring the B bomb sites and May anchoring the A bomb sites, like Long on Dust 2 and B on Vertigo and other maps as well. So he's improving a lot, and I think in the future, in a few months, he's gonna be even better.
Taco, in the group stage selection in the very first phase, you said to the other teams at this tournament that you thought that they were all afraid of MIBR waking up and just taking this tournament by storm. Do you think you guys are peaking now? Do you think you guys are waking up now?
We are waking up definitely, and we feel that, and confidence is coming back as well. Everyone is performing. Our strats and everything that we have been working on is paying off now. So yeah, I feel like everyone in the tournament should start to be afraid of playing MIBR, because we are definitely coming back. We are definitely playing better, and I mean, today was very clean against Gen.G. Gen.G is a very good team. We got some good results as well. Even the maps that we lost was close or was not that bad as it was before. So yes, definitely we are waking up, and I'm very happy to say that.
I was wondering if you guys could feel that I, as the only analyst, predicted you guys to win, and tell me how that helped you actually win the game as well.
I mean, as soon as, like when I saw that Jason was not voting on us, I was happy already. I think that was the main factor. Being honest, today was the main factor for the.
I'm predicting you every time from now on, Taco. You better get ready for that curse. It's coming in hot. It's gonna fuck your shit up.
There's such a history here as well that people might not know.
I'm bringing the heat.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, Taco. Congratulations on your second first-place finish, and you're going to be one of the top seeds here at Flashpoint in the playoffs moving forward. Enjoy a few days off in the meantime. Obrigado.
Thank you very much, guys. I want to say thanks to everyone watching at home as well. I know it sucks the situation we are right now because of the COVID, but I'm very happy that everyone is watching MIBR play, and we are doing good, and Flashpoint is delivering as well. I have been watching the VODs and everything, and everything is looking great. You guys are doing a great, amazing job as always. So I just want to say thanks as well to everyone watching and you guys working there.
You're such a sweetheart, Taco.
Yeah, you're doing pretty mediocre these days as well. Congratulations.
Hey, wow, you just got to do them like that at the end. I appreciate it, Taco. What a beautiful sentiment. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a few days.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Here is our dig measuring contest bracket. All the digs have been measured. The dig came in
and they've come up lacking.
Well, not MIBR.
No, they're just pretty good. They've got a nice, solid, girthy monster out there right now.
They big digged the bracket. 2-0 in the finals versus Gen.G. We'll be seeing more of both MIBR and Gen.G and Orglis, who finished in 4th place because they finished in 2nd. First up, though, we've got the big dick play of the day.
Sex.
Sex. Better than sex with Anders. All right, let's go.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to file an objection. Objection, Your Honor.
All right, let's go. Big dick play of the day. You pick this one out, Jason.
Yeah, check out this big dick. Make sure you're paying attention. Peel those eyes wide open. It's big dick play, I should say. I love this. This is phenomenal from Shush. I think this is actually great. All jokes aside, like that first kill, we know how difficult this bomb site is to retake, and this is the big dick portion of this play. Rushing in, using the cover of smokes, flashbang from a teammate, and finding all the kills around the edges of the smoke. That is so massive from Shush to allow his team. I mean, they're up big at the moment, but not many people are going to be able to make that decision to actually push into the bomb site in that fashion. Or
That actually might be better than sex. It's better than when I'm having sex with me anyway. I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, your clone Anders, not delivering really. But anyway, not delivering to that level. To be fair, that's hard.
Doll of Anders, on the other hand, is...
Whoa. Let's get those on the market.
Yeah, right now.
All right, well, we get back.
Shop.faceit.com. I just need an Anders soundboard when I'm having sex.
You gotta be kidding me!
Excellent.
You gotta be kidding me!
I'll just keep hitting that.
It makes anything better, doesn't it?
The silicone model will have all those features. Don't worry, guys.
Excellent. We look forward to it. AndersBloom.com. Go there right now. /shop. We'll see you in a couple.
Lit this town like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up.
You don't even like clowns.
No, that's the
insanity.
really hard part about it. These clowns are legit. The other ones are all bogus. It's all bullshit. These ones are the real clowns of the world.
Tell me about Fago.
I don't know.
You're from Michigan.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean. Wait, I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. I was just going along with it to be nice for the show. I didn't actually know you're gonna quiz
that
me
is
on
core
ICP.
to ICP's identity.
I really only enjoy and know 2 of their songs.
Poser.
Now look at this guy.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry, I'm trying to bail you out of a tough spot.
I'm
You
actually,
backstab me.
I'm actually not sure if my opinion of you increased or decreased as a result of this conversation.
That's pretty much the center reaction to every conversation. I hope.
All right, let's go into our updated leaderboard here for the playoffs. In first place, Mad Lions. MIBR.
Not even a drum roll.
Well, yeah. We fucked
Do
up.
one if you want, Jason.
Make a drum roll with your mouth. I don't know if they can hear that, but it's good enough.
Shit.
All right, so we got our 8 teams. Orgless actually going to be in the 8th seed there for our playoffs. Gen.G, we'll see where they're going to be up against. Cloud9, that might actually be an interesting.
That one. That's
So-
actually very good for Gen.G as well.
You can't see the lower bracket here. That's why it says upper bracket. Don't be dumb.
Ooh.
Mad Lions versus Orgless. Gen.G versus Cloud9. Havu versus Chaos. Fun Plus Bears versus MIBR. Are we destined for an MIBR Mad Lions final?
That could very well happen.
It should be. You would hope for that. Yeah, I don't think there's any other I don't think there's any other conclusion you could come to unless you're going to bank on the fact that Gen.G finds a new level that we hadn't seen in either of the phases and is able to take out Cloud9 and then Mad Lions in the next one.
Hold the phone.
I said if. Anders.
I want to give Maui Snake a chance here to defend Orgless.
Orgless.
Give us the best
Orgless,
against Mad Lions.
the way they beat Mad Lions is they and okay, realistically find form in all their players in a way.
Minutes to
right.
like write it down. Come
MIBR,
on.
Mad Lions, Havu, Gen.G.
yeah.
MIBR,
That is-
Mad Lions, Havu,
I wanted to say it first because everyone's got the same
Yeah,
score.
it's going to be the
Yeah,
same.
the only mix
You have to say Orgless.
Okay, the only thing is instead of Gen.G,
Look, you guys
Orgless.
keep saying. You guys keep saying Gen.G, but there's no respect here for Cloud9, even after Gen.G
I think-
continues.
I think what we haven't seen is the FNS versus DAPS domestic Canadian rivalry come to fruition yet. And when that inevitably happens, as FNS has planned, I don't even have to see the bottom bracket to know how it's going to pan out. He will defeat his domestic rival DAPS and cement himself as the best Canadian in-game leader.
I'll say there's
Oh wait, Steel's there.
There's one wrinkle to
God damn it. God.
there's one
He has got
wrinkle
better.
to the top 4, and that's it depends on, and I guess I'm doing this in Duncan's honor a little bit, but depends on how highly you rate the FPX roster that's Bad News Bears and how low you're going to give Gen.G's stock. I think that's a swap you could make as well. Here's the thing with Gen.G. The reason why I put them in the top 4 over a Cloud9 is because I think we find Gen.G lacking when they play the best teams in the league, when we see them against the MIBRs and the Mad Lions and the Havus. But for me, I think they're still going to be able to handle the Cloud9s, the Chaos, the FPXs, the Orglis. I think against those teams, Gen.G, despite their struggles, is still going to spank them right out of the server.
I mean, I do think that matchup is particularly interesting, considering that Daps and Automatic were on Cloud9 very recently, and then were dropped in favor of this new lineup. So I think they're going to be eager to prove that they can beat Cloud9, and likewise, Cloud9's players are going to be eager to prove that they were worthy replacements for them. So for me, that's like a really interesting storyline.
Yeah, that would be. You'd have to get some thoughts of the players on that one. I would be interested to see how invested the new Cloud9 lineup is in being those representatives of the brand, especially to prove that they're better than the previous one. I know the Automatic and DAP situation had some weird wrinkles to it behind the scenes and everything, so I don't know. Yeah.
They won't say it publicly that there's any kind of resentment because everyone is just too polite about these things.
That's what Flashpoint was created for.
Yeah, but
to be too polite.
But there is a little bit. There's definitely a little bit. They're gonna think about it, just a tinge here or there. It's gonna give them that extra one frag on an important round.
Is there a particular matchup you guys are most interested in seeing here in this first round?
That Gen.G Cloud9 one,
Yeah, definitely.
is probably on paper the best.
On paper, they're the 4th and 5th seed, so you think that would be the
That's
closest
pretty
match?
accurate. I think the Chaos match with Havu I find pretty interesting, especially to see what Steel can bring out, and especially because he's already shown that he's been able to get more out of that lineup than you would expect. So I think that could be an interesting one, especially against a team that's very, very tactical, to see how Steel can counter them. Because the nice thing about Steel as an in-game leader with all his experience is he's probably better at leading against teams like Havu that are tactical in themselves, because there is logic to the moves. So he can read that team and he can understand the logic, and once you kind of understand why they're making the plays they are or how they're reading the game, then you can really start to anti-strat and anti-call in the middle of the rounds, which will be unique to see if Josh can put something cool together.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Not
interested
to
in
put
seeing
too
that.
much pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Just burdening him with absolutely everything.
You are the only player on that team, Josh. Have fun.
I'm pretty interested actually in the Mad Lions Orglis matchup.
Here we go.
Because I'm a fan of Orglis, and I love their players, and I think that in terms of skill, they have a lot to offer that they haven't quite shown us at the same time. And I really want to see if Wardell can handle it, because we've propped him up as the star, and in a lot of these games, he's kind of not been as flashy as we'd have hoped. And I really want to see him just take it to A-Core, take it to Shush, maybe take a map out of him. I don't think they can win the series, but I wouldn't be surprised if they surprise us and we're able to take one map away from Mad Lions.
I mean, like, the best level I've seen Wardell of that would be a fun game between him and A-Core, if that's what... I agree. That would be cool.
All right. Well, that'll wrap us up for the blind spot today. We will be seeing you guys.
Wait.
What?
Which matchup are you interested in?
I wanted the Gen.G Cloud9 for the reasons that I stated.
Okay.
Because I think it's going to be the closest matchup, probably. Like, it seems to me that a lot of these quarterfinal matchups are probably going to be relatively one-sided the way they stand right now.
Well, there's one more thing to remember. Even in the Mad Lions and Orglis one, we could always be watching Maui. There's a real upside there.
Yeah, but we get the private Maui viewing experience that I sometimes film for you guys at home. But
I'll do a live stream on my Twitch. Maybe
you should.
Normally you have to pay for that.
Periscope.
Periscope. Yeah, the best podcast in 2020.
Chat roulette.
We've all been waiting for the Periscope resurgence, and I'm gonna headline. I'm just gonna headline that.
You'll be the only one on there, so you'll have all the audience.
If I have 2 viewers, I'm already the top.
Excellent.
Periscope.
I mean, you could do that. It actually is very entertaining. So stay tuned to Maui's Twitter.
Stay tuned. Just follow at Maui Snake. Like and subscribe. I mean, retweet and like. Just do the thing.
You need some work.
He's
to close
not good at the social media. Anyway, hopefully he'll get better with some live streams of his reactions. They are quite entertaining. Until then, we will see you guys on Thursday when we start our playoff matches.